Firefighters are making progress against the Oak Fire in California. CAL FIRE says it's 26% contained, but they still have their work cut out for them. The wildfire has destroyed 41 buildings and forced thousands of people to evacuate their homes. So far, the wildfire has spread to more than 18,000 acres in Mariposa County, which is near Yosemite National Park. I want to bring in Beth Pratt. She's the California Regional Executive Director of the National Wildlife Federation, and she lives very close to the fire in Midpines, California. And Beth, I understand you've been in that area for about 25 years now. What has this been like for you, for your family and friends? How are you doing?
Yeah, thanks. I'm a little, when you're on pre-evac status, you don't get a lot of sleep. So I haven't slept a lot in 5 days. My voice is definitely really raspy from the smoke. All things considered okay, but it's been really harrowing 6 days. This is in my 25 years up here, having experienced, almost a couple dozen fires. This is the scariest. It's just burning in all directions. The embers are charging 2 miles ahead of sometimes of the fire, but I'm also really hopeful this morning. 26% containment doesn't sound like a lot, but in the context of a fire, it is.
Yeah, for sure. And I wonder then, is there a chance that you might have to evacuate, or is it a day-by-day situation, judgment call?
It's by minute. That's why you don't get much sleep. You have to sort of make sure you're there for that text, or when the police, pull up and tell you, or firefighters, it's time to go. Like I said, I'm feeling a little better today, but we're still not out of the woods. Wind direction could change at any moment. I spend a lot of my time just sitting on my front deck and watching the smoke plume and looking at wind direction. So I feel lucky, though. My house is still standing. 42 people in this community to date, we heard last night, have lost their homes. Some of them are friends, and it's really hard to watch that. And so I can't feel too lucky.
And this could be the third time you evacuate, if you have to evacuate in the 25 years that you've lived there?
Yeah, sadly, this has become routine for me. I know the drill once the fire starts. If I have to evacuate, it'd be my fourth time, but I've had to evacuate 3 times in the past.
And what keeps you there? I mean, I know that we mentioned, too, that your experience is in wildlife, but what keeps you there, and how are the animals doing, the wildlife doing?
Yeah, 2 kinds of animals keep me here. One are mine. I have 5 dogs and 2 cats. Evacuating with them, it's stressful on them. So you try to sort of not move them if you have to. And at this point, I'm in no danger. It's not one of those where the fire's, licking at my footsteps, and if I don't go. The firefighters are great at, giving advance warning at this point, now that they have a handle on the fire. Mm-hmm. The other thing is wildlife. I am a wildlife conservationist. These fires are incredibly impactful on the local wildlife as well. So I'm here filling up my bird baths. I'm definitely seeing increased bird traffic, butterflies, you name it. These are refugees from the fire, much like we are. But unlike us, we can go to a hotel or another grocery store. They don't have a lot of options.
So what is your message then to people who aren't concerned about climate change, about the impact that it's having on your home state, on the area that you live in, and frankly around the world? I mean, you mentioned the animals, and this is having a debilitating effect on some of these animals that are it's a very delicate ecosystem that we're dealing with here, and even just a small change in that ecosystem can have rippling effects that are probably not even well known from where we are right now.
You're so right. I mean, these fires, because of climate and other factors, but climate is the underlying driver, burn hotter, longer, more intense. Some of the wildlife especially might not even have the same habitat to go back to. But what I say to others, I get asked a lot, well, why don't you move out of California, or it's a California problem? That actually makes me angry. You can't move away from climate change. Look at flooding in other areas of the country, intense hurricanes, you name it. I am proud to live in a state with Governor Gavin Newsom, who acts on climate. And what makes me angry is other states who burn coal or who deny climate. They should be out here fighting this fire. Climate change impacts us all. And it's really frustrating when we can't act together, because we're all vulnerable to it.
Beth Pratt, wise words. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Be well.
Thanks.
Be safe.
Thank you.